Hey, welcome to another round of Artist to Artist. My name is Jamila Mendez, and I'm a visual creative located in Dallas, Texas. And I like to chat it up with other artists. Today we'll be talking to Artwork Kirk. Kirk is a traditionally trained painter who currently resides in Dallas, Texas. He'll be filling us in on everything from painting tips to art battles. So let's jump into it.
What's good
Yeah,
with you?
what's going on?
Nothing.
What it do?
And I've been looking forward to this little chat
Yeah,
to do it live so people can see the inside of what goes on with a full-time artist, the grind, all that good stuff.
yeah.
So I'm gonna get in your art business.
Okay,
Okay?
all right. Yeah, I'm in the lab right now, the underground layer, like a Ninja Turtle. Donatello or one of them, Michelangelo, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Looking for that right April O'Neil to expose some of this art over here. You dig?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So what you working on right now? What's that going?
This is a commission right here for one of my Kirk collectors. Um, Out of Arkansas. But this is his uncle. His uncle was the man in Chicago back in the day. But he getting it for his cousin. That's his cousin up there at the top. It's an acrylic portrait. I think this might be a 2 by 3. What's that? 36 by 48.
36 by 4. Okay, that's a good size. That's a good size. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
So what size are you most comfortable working on? Is that like a normal size for you? Is that considered small or big for you? What do you usually work with canvas wise?
Um, right now, well, see, I've been painting forever, and the first painting I did was a mural. So I'm kind of used to painting big, big. So when it
Wow.
comes down to like I like this size. This is kind of a medium size for me, because I crawl on the wall like Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, I like this size. I do. I get a lot of people that give my smaller sizes. You know what I'm saying? But I like this is pretty regular right here. Have you ever done a mural before?
I have not.
Yeah.
Um, totally scared of it.
You scared of it?
You see me looking, I'm like, I mean, and I've painted big. Well, it's probably small to you. I think the biggest piece that I've ever done is a 48-inch by 60-inch.
Oh yeah.
That's the
That's
biggest I've done. Usually 48 by 48, 30 by 40 is on my jam. I kind of like that size. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. Um, so you do murals a lot, right?
Yeah, at least one or two a year. I currently been doing these parking lot spots, for the high schools in Texas. They do that. I think it started in California, but I think DeSoto was maybe the first school to do it out here. And they had got me to do a parking spot out there. So that's I kind of consider that a mural, but not necessarily because it's its own little thing at a certain time of the year. But on the wall, I still usually get like two a year. I'm actually wrapping one up right now, but I kind of been, this Corona, that I ain't want that. My clients be trying to look out for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Okay, so you have regulars. Well, let
Yeah.
me tell. So give us some history about Artwork Kirk. Like, when did you get started? What's your earliest memory as far as being an artist? How did you start off? What were you doing? What were you into? What age were you? Yeah, I want all the tea. Go and spill it.
Oh, yeah. Really, I ain't gonna lie. I was just that kid. I just used to draw in the back of the classroom for real. I didn't take an art class till like sixth grade or something. You know what I'm saying? But like I always used to draw or could draw. I remember my daddy used to save my little drawings and stuff. I'm talking about probably since I was like 6 or 7 or something like that. So in sixth grade, that was the first time I think I had public art, and my art teacher wanted to give me some private lessons, and she did. I won a little competition in 6th grade, but I ain't take art again until like probably 11th grade, 10th grade or 11th grade or 11th
Oh,
grade. And
wow.
the art teacher, she moved me up to the advanced class. And and that's when I started really getting some fine art training. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was just a natural, I guess. So I'm just cold, blessed. But so I got a scholarship to go to an art college. I ran track. I played football. I was on the varsity football team, varsity track team. I just did regular, you know what I'm saying? Bullshit, really. I mean, school.
What
Yeah.
art college? What scholarship did you get? What art college did you go?
Uh, I got a couple of scholarships. I ended up going to the Maryland Institute College or at Micah. It was like the number one. It's like the Yale of art schools or something like that. Like a
Yeah.
Harvard art society type thing. You know what I'm saying? So um, that I got a lot of. I ain't gonna lie. I really wasn't even doing no work when I went up there. I was on every type of probation it was at college. You know what I'm saying? I was No, I'm for real. I ain't gonna lie. I was all over Baltimore. And they was hating on me at this school too. It was kind of like, I went up north. I went to Baltimore and stayed up there like 4 years. And I thought it was gonna be, they was gonna be cool, but sure, like you get up there with them real snooty art folks like that high class art, and they really discriminatory. As free as they want to be, what they like, they'll discriminate against people too. So I don't, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of that going on, and a lot of stuff that I had to learn too about art. But I really got into like the business art. I used to want to be an art dealer, like a curator, because I was like, man, I'm good, and all these cats good, but I ain't got the time to be drawing and painting every day if ain't nobody paying for it. You
Little
know?
did you know, right?
Yeah. So that's how I got in the art game for real in a nutshell. Then I taught because you can't really do nothing with an art degree. My pops used to be like, he used to really be on my ass about how is you gonna live as an artist. I was traditionally trained in oil paintings and all kind of stuff, but
So you were traditionally trained in
yeah,
oil painting as well.
yeah, like I learned how to paint like Michelangelo. I slid in the door, they let a real one in. They tried to get rid of me too. So a lot of my art coming out of school, it was real political, real black art, dark, you know. I done did all kind of art demonstration. I had to take these classes. You go to these art schools, and I suggested if you code with art, apply for them art scholarships. If you gonna get loaned up, don't get loaned up to go to LSU or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take the same loans and go and try to, pursue your dreams or whatever you feel like is your gift. You know what I'm saying? Because, even, I mean, I just know stuff that people don't know. You know what I mean? And it take a long time for stuff to come back around. But, uh, they gave me a lot. I learned a lot from the individual teachers. You got these classes with different people.
Right. So
Yeah.
you said you were traditionally trained and you knew about oil paint and all that different stuff. So what made you decide to mess with acrylics mostly?
Well, it's affordable, and I can paint in acrylics like I paint in oils. So sometimes my acrylic paintings almost look like oil paintings. People have to
Yeah.
ask, is that oil? And it's really acrylic, because I break that acrylic down in them layers like that, like how you do that oil paint. But I use different mediums on my acrylic too. I don't just go dry. Yeah, but I know how to print make. I done did print making, sculpture. I know how to do all of those things, but I be looking for the most simplest, affordable way to express myself. Painting does let me do a lot more things, but I kind of learn art on all levels. You got time in college to do a lot of free art and experiment, but out here in the real world, I had to be an art teacher for about 7 years to survive. Then that wasn't paying enough, and I might as well, I can get more in a day doing way less than that, Jack say, the responsibilities of a teacher.
So you were art teacher. Back to back to this is a question I want to ask you, and I try to ask everybody on here for the artists that are gonna be looking at this interview.
Yeah.
Um, and since you like acrylics the best, I wanted to know brands of acrylics that you use and why. Do
Oh,
you use a mixture of things, or what? Do you have a favorite?
yeah. I got a favorite. I like that Liquitex. Basics is good too. But I ain't gonna lie, that Artist Loft, that shit is pretty good for an acrylic. You know, you do got to lay it up though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I it depends on how you paint an acrylics. If you like a heavy body acrylic, you should go with the Liquitex or the basics. You know, so you don't have to put a body in your acrylics, if that makes sense. You know, because they got
No.
the molding paste, and you can. So the Artist Loft is thinner. Artist Loft is kind of like glidden compared to bare house paint. You know what I
Right.
mean? But if you paint faces and you want to keep your paint thin, the Artist Loft is really good to keep it thin. You know, or to mix it with after you blending is pretty good. But I mean, like, but yeah, yeah, if that helps, you know.
Okay. We like the same kind of stuff, but I
Yeah,
paint with house
Walmart
paint.
ain't no good, and that apple barrel craft stuff, we don't use that. Them little
Oh,
things, them little square tools, yeah, it
you
dry like
bougie,
chalk.
Kirk, you bougie.
I can't do nothing with it. Or like people are trying to. Don't let nobody buy your supplies for you on a project either. And they say I buy the supply. I mean, you can let them if they gonna buy what you want, but don't let them buy cheap paint. Make sure you get what you need. Cause it'll take you longer with the wrong paint to achieve what you're trying to do with the right stuff. And
Right.
you can't really learn. You could struggle. You could be learning how to draw a face or a forest, but you're gonna be struggling with learning how to paint how you want to paint using the wrong paint. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So, what do you do in regards to blending? What's your best tip as far as because with acrylics they dry pretty fast.
Yeah. Um, use a gloss gel. Like well, use water for sure sometimes, but I go over my paintings with a little gel gloss so I can come back over it and layer it up. Like if you paint in the oil and you put some gal cod or something on your stuff and let it dry so you can come back. You know, I I don't really use. Some people use the thinner or put the medium in the paint. I don't necessarily mix medium in my paint. I put it on after I paint.
Okay.
So you could try it and see how it works for you or whoever. But yeah, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna paint, but I'll probably every layer that I paint, I'm gonna put some gloss on top of that, and then come back on it. And it's like you could thin
And
your stuff
blend.
out. Yeah, and you don't even. It's really like just painting on top of what you already got on there. So
Right.
if something is dark and you want to put that light on there, you can just put the light on there. And it won't mix back into your painting. It'll be like painting back on plastic, but like clear. That's a
Gotcha.
real, that's a real
Okay, y'all.
underground game right there. I'm gonna blow somebody mind when they go try that. Yeah.
That's a tip, y'all.
Yeah,
Okay, so artists out there, you listening, you starting. That's a good tip to know, especially if you are dealing with acrylics.
yeah.
So I noticed when I was looking at your work,
Uh-huh.
that I see that of course, you have it, in regular color, but I see that you deal a lot in non-local color, like the piece that you're working on right now.
Right.
The man that's the focal point, he's in non-local color, like blue hues. Do
Uh-huh.
you consider that your signature, or is it just something that you like to do? Is it harder to do that as opposed to like, regular skin tone? Is it harder?
Yeah, a little bit, kind of, but not really. But that's how them layers play out. Cause if I'm painting oils, I'm gonna mix purple and stuff in my blue. Depending on the price that somebody's paying or can afford, I'm gonna do a lot more stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
mean, if I'm painting, if I'm trying, it's a certain way that I paint, but keeping it, doing what I gotta do with just two colors and white, it's harder than when I'm being able to mix orange and yellow and sienna and white and four other colors to make the skin tones. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily like it's harder, it's easier, but it's not because I'm trying to go for a certain look. And I don't use black like hardly at all. I am in this because I want to
Okay,
separate.
so hold on.
See,
So
like,
I don't
go
know
ahead.
if you got a chance. I don't know if you got a chance to see my last interview. I was talking to the beautiful artist LaShonda Cook, and she was
Yeah,
talking about that. She was like, she don't use black.
right.
So that's like a going theme. And I've heard that several times.
Yeah. It's like
So
a fine art.
give us a little bit more insight into why exactly you don't use black.
Well, I learned that in high school, truthfully, but in college it made sense because you can make black, but black will make something go flat. So you want to try not to ever use black. You only want to use black if you have to. Even outlining something in black will make your painting go flat instead of pop out. It'll make it pop out of that one thing, but it'll make other things go flat. So I use black like it's a color. And I use colors specifically for where I want them at in my painting to make your eyes move around the painting, is what I'm saying. So too much black in one spot will get you stuck in one spot. But if I use blue, as much blue as I can, it's never gonna be this black. You see how this is black. That's blue. I got purple in here too, and I feel like I already got too much black in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do. See, like up here, that's purple back there, cause I want them blues.
Wow.
So see how it kind of pop out and it just do something else instead of just being black. So you want to try to, even in hair, I'll use faux browns and put green and blue in somebody's hair before I use black, because them colors is gonna keep your painting fun, and it's gonna be other colors that make it that you see through the painting. And you really, when you painting, it's all about optical illusions. You just want to make it look. It ain't how you want to look. Y'all want to go on a tour real quick? Let's see. We're gonna go on a little art tour. Hold on.
All right. Oh, that's what we're talking about. All right,
All right.
Kirk giving us the tour.
These two right here. This is my students. They growing up. They getting some of my work too.
Very nice.
It's a big one. This piece was held hostage. I was in a toxic relationship and I just got it back. They was holding it for ransom. But I mean, it's a commission though. But I mean, I told my people what happened, so I'm back on it. But I was really going in. I mean, I was really going in.
I love the detail on the cards like that.
Yeah,
That's a
see,
good
he a
one.
gambler. Well, I don't want to tell people business, but he a player though, so he's standing on go on the monopoly. But we looking towards them hotels and not to the hood, because that's checkers, you know what I'm saying? Well, we be on that chest though. You see what I'm saying? I got the chest pieces, with the
Yes,
full.
a whole storyline going on in this painting.
Oh yeah, it sure is, we're gonna roll the dice, you know what I mean? On the lane, got all kind of drinks, you know what I'm saying? But see, I be drawing stuff from real life, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't just, I'm not just going off my head. I learn how to paint people and things. That's the best way to learn how to do stuff, is looking at it. But that's that theme again, the purple. So, that's queens and royalties being purple. I draw people who done passed blue. And like you said, that's my signature style. I mean, I just was doing it, but people paying for it. So I can't complain. That's what they want, So that's what
And
we.
I saw, when I was going through your page, I saw that it was a common theme, and I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder, is this intentional, or
Oh
are
yeah.
his commissions requesting it, or just his style that he's been rocking with for a couple of minutes? I definitely see you can do regular flesh tone, but I
Yeah.
like the blue. I like the non-local color. It's way more emotional, and engaging to me. I love it. I'm a fan.
I appreciate it.
Big fan,
I got
man.
some abstract stuff going. That's some,
Ooh, that's a lot of work in it.
yeah. These big. This is a like a 4x3x4x5. I don't know how big that is, but this was a commission gone bad. Kind of not bad. It was just, you know, there was a couple, and somebody had already put the bread on it. Somebody ain't come through with that other end. So now we just got to put it together and get that bread that we were supposed to get. You did.
Ooh.
You know, I know it be like that sometimes. It be like that. So it's on hold too. You know.
So do you have any advice for artists that are just now starting to take commissions and they want to know the
Man.
best way to do it? What can you give us a tip as far as commissions? What's the best thing to do?
Most definitely get some type of deposit. I can't tell you what you should feel comfortable with, but I know I ain't paying for nothing. And anything else I need to do my job, it's gonna be included. And enough for me to get to where I need to get to, you know, in between the back end. Sort of like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? How they send you a little bit up front to perform, and then you get the rest when you get there. That's kind of how you drop that deposit. I'm gonna get it popping, going live right now. These songs in the
Like, what happens? Do you give them a certain amount of edits, or do you send them pictures in between the time? You know, when you're
oh
trying to
yeah. I mean,
commission.
most of my clients follow me, so you know, like I used to have to. I didn't say I struggled, but you know, I'm not. Me personally, when I see something that's promoted or oversold or something, it look like a gimmick to me. You know, it looked like a scam almost with some of this art that's going on. So my clients, I'm cool. I mean, there's a certain level that I want to be at, but I'm cool with the people who fucking with me, despite the fact that I say fucking with me. You know what I'm talking about? Like they know it's real, and it ain't no games. I used to just go live as soon as I get my deposit, just to tell people, show people like, nah, for real, I'm for real. I'm starting to get paid. This is, you know, because some people, couple $100 for somebody to start on something that they're not gonna have in a month, and man, you know. So I work with people. People be on different payment plans, or they'll tell me, well, I tell them it's gonna take me 2 weeks to a month, or maybe even 2 months at this point, you know, and they cool. You know, some people that deposit ain't really nothing. And then another 2 months, that's gonna give me plenty of time to, you know. And so if they need it, they need it, you know, and
Right.
be needing it.
So how many commissions are you usually working on at a time? Like,
Uh,
what's routinely, how many do you usually, like in a month's time, do you do one a month, or is it two a month, or?
It'd be kind of like a roller coaster sometimes, or waves. You know, they come in waves. Like normally, probably 3 a month, maybe 2 paintings. But I got regular graphic design customers too. I do graphic design and like illustrations too. So you know, but paintings, I have to have at least a painting a month. You know, depending on the size, I might need two. You know, and so yeah, and then I have some graphics. Normally I have a party or something. This Corona I ain't been. I done missed by 3 parties. I was supposed to have a big Mother's Day party. I don't know if we're gonna get out in time. I'm all right. I got some people that I'm just glad they held their word or they was good. You know what I'm saying? During the Corona, cause I'm getting it all off the brush. You know what I'm saying? You know.
So you've been active during the coronavirus. Has it affected your creativity in a negative way, or did you just continue to paint and do your commissions? What was
Yeah.
going on with you?
I mean, yeah, I didn't had to. That's all I could do. I'm glad I had some commissions. I mean, I probably was wrapping up one when it started and got two more right after I finished that one. And this might be one of them, and that's another one. And low key, I done had a couple of private art lessons too. I got to get it in. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I mean, what I'm gonna do? But I was supposed to have like 2 parties, 3 Mother's Day, but it ain't Mother's Day yet. So we might be able to put something together if the ladies still want to drip. But I don't know. You know, I'm ready to go. You know, but I just don't know what the law gonna say. You know, so. But yeah, I got to get it by any means.
I understand that. Oh, this is what I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
I paint from reference, so I know you probably be surprised. I've never used the grid method. I do use another method, and I've used projectors before. But I remember seeing a video. It might have been one of your lives or one of your videos, and you
Oh
were
yeah.
like, "I don't use the grid method, and I don't use projectors."
Right.
So I want to ask you about your process. So like with this commission right here, did you sketch this on the canvas first and
No,
then go in to paint it, or you just started sketch paint with the paint?
I just go in with the paint. I don't know if people just on their canvas, but
Yeah,
you got to put that just on and put that on that canvas so them things don't so it don't get ate up over time. But then I
yeah.
just go straight in, and then but I mean I look at a photo, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that boy good. Say that boy good. Now, yeah, I know. Oh no, let me stop. But yeah,
So you look at your reference. So you got the picture of him right there.
right
You
on.
look at your reference and you just go in. You start painting. You just
Go
bam,
in.
bam, bam, bam.
That's it.
You
Cause
showing off.
look, by the time somebody set up a projector, sketch their thing out, and whatever else you gonna do, I'm talking about cut the light on and all that. He already gonna be on there. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time you put your first layer of paint on there and try to stay in them lines and all that, or you got to go over that pencil so much time to get that sketch up. I'm already be the corrector the eye, put some more stuff on there and be all in there. Cause I can't. I've used the projector before, and that was the problem I had. As soon as I get into how I paint, the sketch and everything gone. So now I'm back to what am I back to? Just the reference.
So it was hindering your process, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because I couldn't get down like I wanted to get down. And I'm saying even on a mural, I didn't sketch. I sketched on murals, but now I don't even sketch on a mural. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight in on the wall, back up,
Wow.
correct myself with some white paint, and go right back in. Oh, I mean, I ain't
But
got no
even
time
though
to.
it looks like a huge, I think that's my issue with mirror because they're so big. I don't, my brain don't, but I've never really watched one from A to
Yeah,
Z. But
yeah.
I always wondered, I was like, how they get the scale and proportion right that big? Like, what method are they using? Is it the grid? Is it a projector? Is it what is it? Just what is it?
Yeah, they use
So
a
you just
projector.
say
A
you
lot
just
of people use
go up
projectors.
in there and you be like, this what's happening and
Yeah, a
correct
lot
it
of people
on
use.
site.
I done taught people how to use a projector. I've taught students and other people how to use grids. I just don't do it. But I mean, some people, like I know people who could paint forests, but they can't paint faces. You know what I'm saying? So when they get a mural gig and they want the forest with a person, they got to use a projector because they don't. That's not their bag. You know
It's
what I'm
not the
saying?
area.
But they gonna
Yeah.
get that money. They're not gonna call me and split it up. I mean, if anybody want to, that's cool. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just how. So, but me personally,
What you say? I'll be down to take some of your profits.
yeah, I mean, that's collaboration, right? I mean, they want you to come paint with them for free. Nah, man, let me get in that grant. I can't get that right now. But you can still, break some bread with an artist. So, but yeah, I just go straight in. But like this is what I was gonna say. Another thing, somebody told me this some free game. They say if you try to draw big, the bigger you try to draw, when you come back down to a smaller size, you're gonna be 10 times more accurate, or your stuff is gonna look better. So pushing yourself to draw, it ain't gotta be a 2-story build. I done did a 3-story build. It can just be some on your wall, just big, outside. But when you go try to use your proportional methods on a face that big and you inch them down, when you get on the canvas that you can control, you gonna say there ain't gonna be nothing to manipulate a face. So
Wow.
yeah, that's what they told me. I'm like an X-Men. I was trained. I went through some training. I'm talking about them people. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So but like I said, I got into, that's what, how I kind of got into it, was spray painting and doing little stuff, graffiti, kind of when I was 16 and stuff, you know. So when I started taking classes and having to do it on paper, it was just kind of easy. Yeah.
It was easy for
But
you.
I like to draw big. I like that shit. I like to do big murals, doing a face on a wall.
So what was the transition from, do you feel it's a difference? Like, I remember you said when you were younger, you were full of spray paints, and that's kind of how you got into it, murals and stuff like that. What's the difference as far as spray paints and acrylic? Like,
Um,
and do you
it,
enjoy one more than the other?
I don't like the spray paint personally. It's cool, or you know, I I'm just as fast. I'm just as fast with a brush as somebody with an aerosol can. But I'm more accurate with a brush than somebody with an aerosol can. But I can use an aerosol, but I'm gonna use it to fill in a shirt or a background or something before I really use it in a face. But
Right.
and the difference is that when I spray that acrylic or enamel from a spray can on the wall, but it's gonna be a hard plastic to where if I brush on top of it, the gloss on it. But if I paint on the wall with the house paint, it's gonna dry like a plastic acrylic, and I'm gonna be able to blend in there a little bit better. Oh, I'm giving away too much game. I'm giving away too. I can't be doing these interviews. I need some, nah, for real. I need some. Cause all right, so and then like I paint inside people's houses and stuff. This is what limits spray painters. You know, and it's like,
Because of the smell.
yeah, you gonna. I'm not. People have you do a nursery. You know, you can't. People have people babies and dogs and stuff in their house and business with that aerosol. But I mean, I got a compressor and an airbrush and all of that. But I swear that airbrush clog up and lock up so much that I spend more time cleaning off my airbrush than I do using it. So I don't
Okay,
even
I
airbrush.
have, you know what? I love the look of it, the softness. I have one. Um, I don't know if it's because I'm Capricorn. I just don't have the patience for it. Like I get very
Yeah.
frustrated.
Well, I mean, I still use it for different stuff, but it's just not. I'm not. You know, I can't get down like that. It's too much. It's too time consuming for me. I got like ADD or something. You know, I can't.
What else do you do art wise?
Well, I was doing some after school stuff, but I don't do that no more. But I've been trying to do this online thing with this dude.
Which is how we met,
Right,
basically.
right, right, right.
Right.
Yeah,
So for those of you that don't know, Kirk and I met. We had the same place of employment, and we were doing after school, art teaching for a company.
yeah,
And even though we were on a different schedule, as soon as I met him, we immediately hit it off. He was
yeah.
super cool. I
So
like that job, so I hate that it kind of washed out. But that such is the life of an artist. So as long as you
yeah,
get
they
to
was
use
some
your
cool people.
talent, it's what
They
it
was
is.
cool people. But
Yeah, they were.
I mean, I probably could go back, but I ain't. You know,
Yeah, I'm
I've been
pretty
doing
sure.
these.
I'm
Uh,
pretty sure you could go back because
yeah, yeah.
everybody loves you.
Well, you know, I got some more stuff going. I've been doing them little paint parties, like I said, but that's about it. I'm all commissions. I got a mural. I'm wrapping up. I got another one. Supposedly they want to start in August. I don't know though, cause you know I don't know how these small businesses doing really right now. You know, I got another mural at a barber shop. He said he's gonna hit me as soon as this thing get up. But I mean, I need to hit him up and see if he ready though. You know what I mean? And I'm really trying to show people not only that you can move a mountain, man. You know how many people told me what I couldn't do. Teachers that threw my art in the trash can. You know, people that told me I was wasting time or that nobody was gonna buy my shit. Oh man, you know, I got people hating at what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't know what people tell people off the gram or how stuff be. You know, so I just I am the painter with an attitude. I got a story and a few of them, but
Why
I'm
do
just.
you think? Why do you think that is, especially with artists? Why is that the going theme to always try to discourage a person you see that they're artistically inclined? Why do you think that people look down on
Well,
artists? They
I
love
think.
it, but they look up like, oh, you can't make any money. As you know, what's funny to me? People
uh,
always say, oh, you can't make any money from art, but they're not artistic. They're not in the art world. They don't know anything about anything. Why do you think that is for people?
I'm gonna say three things. One, no artist call themselves a starving artist. That's what people who not artists, that's what they doing to us. Probably don't see Nipsey Hustle out here and they could just go to our mama house or somebody and get all your work for the low. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So starving artist is a term that the people with the money using to get you, first of all. You know what I'm saying? For real. So,
Right.
then if somebody doing the same thing they've been doing since they was a kid, don't nobody want to see that. Ain't no inspiration for nobody. That's like a slap in the face to say, man, you could have been doing what you was doing too. Or you gave up on what you was doing. People with a 9 to 5,
Right.
we entertaining to them, but they don't feel like they need it. So people don't, one, they don't know about. The third thing is that art is stolen some more art. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't rich or nothing to say to somebody gonna buy it and stuff, like I don't know, who knows if you got a start. So now you just gonna still look at somebody else and steal their style and do that in their style, but you got more fans. So it's kind of like, but you got the popularity, you and make something popular and look like you started it. So a lot of artists don't celebrate each other because some of these people looking for the next big thing to keep their things going because all they surviving off of is Prince. Oh, and ain't did nothing else since. I ain't had a hit since like a rapper, a musician. I don't know. This is just my perspective of the game. I'm just over here making these hits.
You gotta hit this. You
I'm just over here producing, and these paint parties, they paying me the same thing as to go see somebody at a concert. You know what I mean? It's the same price. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, so you can't, but you can't worry about none of that. You got 600 fans, 600 followers, out the ones who just watching, and look out for the 60 who actually might want some work or want to fuck with you.
right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta put
Because
them on
them
that
60
actually want to
might
work.
bring you 1,200 more or $1,200. Saying I ain't trying to say it. I'm trying to say myself, but there's some people that these blue pieces are bringing them some closure that money can't buy, and a psychologist might not can't either. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
supposed to put your people right. We
Which
kings
is
now.
what art does, it is a form of therapy for people. And I think that people forget the importance of art, right now. And
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
just
art
talking about
popping now.
visual art. Like we
Yeah.
are the recorders of culture. We bring entertainment and happiness to people. It's important. That's my 2 cents on it.
And art is popping right now. Like I'm saying, there are people selling prints and they made one painting. There are people online taking other people's pictures and selling them. Chuck clothes, they selling Chuck clothes, whack all kind of people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just post videos. I just post a lot of videos. It's the work in progress. You ain't I say I got out of college and somebody said they had my picture in their house. I said, damn, bro, what picture you got? He's like, man, I just printed it off of Facebook. I said, God damn, boy, this is crazy, man. Say.
It's crazy.
I
So
said,
tell me your thoughts about social media. Are you afraid of, I don't know if you found out about it. It's this amazing artist that I follow. Her name is Brianna James, and
yeah,
she's on Instagram as God Taught Artist. She
right,
used to
right.
live, she was a Texas girl. She used to live in Houston, Texas, and she recently moved to Italy. But
Right.
a couple of months ago, she found out that there was somebody taking, I don't even know what they were doing, like taking it off the computer. Like, isn't that a horrible reproduction, a picture of some of her paintings as well as other amazing artists on Instagram and
Yeah.
printing it like on shower curtains and pillows and different. You already know that's a bad reproduction. You just take a screen print. But they had a whole shop on Amazon, and we're protesting, and she was talking about lawyering up and all this different stuff. So I want to ask you, has that ever happened to you? Has someone stolen work from you, and how do you feel about putting your work on social media? Do you think it's a hindrance or something you shouldn't do, or you just take the chance? Like, what's your stand on it?
Uh, I think it just depends on what you trying to do with your career, and I think it's a lot of people that's just hitting licks off of art, and they not really thinking about a career. Or you can go get an art magazine right now from Barnes and Nobles or somewhere, and get Art Life, or get a good expensive one. Look for them on Instagram and see how many followers they got. The people that's really selling art in some, man, they might have 5,000 followers, 3,000 followers, like 1,200, and they'll be in a magazine, or they the most reproduced picture of a cow, or so. You know what I'm saying? These people, like, that's really they not that famous. So right now, these artists who got 80,000, 60,000 followers and stuff like that. I mean, we gotta keep living and seeing what's gonna happen. I done seen some people that was at Art Basel 4 years ago, and you can't find them online right now. But they ain't even making art no more. They hit them licks, was painting on cars and doing all kind of stuff down there in Miami, but they don't know nothing about art. They don't know how to preserve the art or make their art worth that's gonna survive 50 years or something. They just paint on purses or paint on people Lamborghinis, and shoot, they can't sell a painting right now. So
Wow.
yeah. So it's like you don't want to get out here and mess yourself up. But as far as people stealing your or reproducing your art, it's kind of like rap. Whatever you put out for printing yourself, that's gonna be the back end of that game. And like I said, I don't have nobody that I can trust right now that can really keep track of some numbers. If I was really doing prints and had to mail them out every day and do stuff. I done heard other artists and really take away from your work and your product and stuff like that. And that's just not something that I want to do to the people who paying me to do what I got to do right now. But it's not like I'm not ready to print. It's just, I need a certain structure of teamwork that I don't have in my life right now that, I'm trying to get together. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just feel like it's different levels of the game. And right now, it ain't no rules with this art. And if you don't know about copyrighting your work or licensing agreements or things like that, then you're gonna get sued for trying to sell that picture of Beyonce or them shirts. You know, let her agent find out. It's a lot of that going on. So I don't even paint celebrities, which was kind of hard for me because when I'm painting these people, you don't know if it look like them or not. When I'm posting my pictures online, you can't tell, like, dang, who is that? Oh, that's such and such, because they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not well known, but at the same extent, it's like, I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be sued for, if I'm going to paint something for free and try to sell it or print it and end up getting sued on the back end, that ain't, you know,
Right. And
that's
when
not,
you do get famous, and then they start going through your stuff and be like, hey,
yeah. I
this
mean, that's
painting
why
of Beyonce, you weren't licensed to do that. And
it's
so
the
now that
same
you have
thing.
money, let's take
It's
it.
right. It's the same thing. If somebody take a James or anybody's painting and reproduces it without their consent, that's the same thing as painting 50 Cent and reproducing that and trying to sell a print. He got rights over his face just like you got rights over the work. Now the thing is, the in between is having somebody that can get it 50 Cent agent or somebody else, you know what I'm saying, and negotiate something where y'all could sell that together, or that he could use it or something. And see, that's the type of side of the game that I want to be on. But right now they're paying me to paint. You know what I'm saying? But I think I could sell art probably better than I could paint. And I'm kind of good at painting, so you know.
Well, I mean, you talking so like you feeling in that. So
Yeah,
do you
I
want
just
do you want to still be in art dealership?
Yeah, I just know how Dallas is, and I'm stuck in Dallas right now. I don't want to really open a gallery under the principles that I'm gonna really need people to buy stuff to stay open. So I gotta, find some type of government angle to open a gallery that's gonna serve the community or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that I can get some fun.
I think you'd be good at it.
Hey, set apart, what's going
Did
on?
you see that set apart by design? She said that's so important. I teach my students that at the middle school level because a lot of artists don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is part of the process. Thank you, set apart by design. Trying to put a
She
little
just won one of
information
my.
out here in the world.
She was in the art battle with me.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So
Yeah.
she was in a art battle, which I want you to give me the tea
Yeah.
about art battle. How did you find out about it?
I know I had somebody tag me on something, and I had been talking about painting live. I wanted to start doing live paintings and stuff. I guess I had did that to try to test myself to see, because I needed to be painting around people, stuff like that. Because I had this vision I was gonna go on a tour, like a historical black tour, and go to all the black events, college events at different places, like and just paint in the middle of the street, at the Essence Festival, at the
Love
I was
it.
gonna go down at the 6th Street. I forgot, at the South by Southwest, so and some more stuff. You know what I mean? But so the art, I'm still on playing for this tour. But so that art battle, I had did it, and it was kind of cool though. But it's no prize where you win some money. I think it is now, but when I was doing it, it wasn't. But it was kind of cool. It's like if you wanna try to do some live painting or paint in front of people, it's a good experience to try to go.
So what is it like? Do you have to audition to be on there, or do they just go through your Instagram page? Like, how did you
Um,
fill out an application? Like, what went on?
yeah, it's kind of like you gotta sign up, and then they tell you if you selected or not. And so it's like it's 3 rounds, but the first 2 rounds is like 6 artists in the first round, 6 artists in the second round, and the best 2 artists from each round go to the last round, type stuff. So,
And it's
so
20 minutes. So it's 20-minute sets, right?
it's 20 minutes. The first setting is 20 minutes. The second is 20 minutes. Then the third one, they might give you some extra time and switch up to something that you got to do. You like, I had a black canvas in my championship round, but so that was cool, and it's a bigger canvas. But yeah. So the thing is that it's audience participation or it's audience voting. So then and you really want to win. Because somebody could bring 10 people, and those 10 people could outvote the other people that's in there. And you more than likely are gonna win that round. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody voting on who advancing. So the first time I did kind of a political statement piece that I think people took the wrong way. You know what I mean? So I didn't win that contest. I kind of got
You said I didn't win.
about 16 people running up to me after, what are you thinking, dude? What? I was, but
Because
then
they didn't understand what you were trying to say with the political piece, right?
yeah, right. It kind of, I did a middle finger, but I had did it facing a flag, but I should have did it that way. So it was like, F you, I'm from Texas, but I kind of did it that way. And it looked like it was like, fuck Texas, though. So I was, what were you trying to say, God? Fuck the Cowboys? Or, yeah,
Hey, but just put another stuff in it. Fuck the Cowboys.
yeah, they was mad too. They was mad. Oh, they was mad. And then the second time I did it, was like it was at a different place, but it was a lot of girls. I was in a round with all girls really, and they did pretty good. So I lost that.
Girl power.
Yeah. And they, matter of fact, I think the last 3 times they did it, it's been like a girl, a female victor. I would suggest it if you're a lady. You know what I mean?
I don't paint fast enough. However, I did third. I'm so sorry that I missed yours.
Yeah.
But I've gone to two and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So for those of you that are out there, if you do get a chance after all this stuff is over, I think they should do a live one. I
They
think
do
that
do
would
a
be so
live one now.
good.
It's live now. Now they doing it live.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you can sign up for the live battle.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I haven't did it. If I look through it and they giving away some money, I do it just to do it because it's kind of fun. But I'm saying like if yeah, I can't you know what I mean. People. I mean, if they come with some sponsorship, like I was saying, man, they be needing. I had to drive out there. I need a gift card or something, some paint brushes. I had to bring my brushes, but let me get something.
Yeah, so
My bad. But yeah.
no, like so are you saying that the person that wins they don't get any money, any nothing? Do they art
Well,
supplies?
okay.
What do they get?
Whatever when you enter, whatever you create, it becomes the property of Art Battle. If they sell your work, you get a profit of your work. Y'all gonna split the sales on your work if you do sell your work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So whatever you make in the first round, you leave it there. It's gonna be up for auction. They're gonna send you something if it sells. If it don't sell, it still remain the art property of Art Battle and somebody private art collection across the world. They got an Artwork Kirk over there with a middle finger. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just in there thinking about
No, real talk.
nah.
Real talk. So that's another, everybody, it's a lot of different games going around, and I would love to be on the side of Art Battle. They need to come get me to be a sponsorship. If I could get some of them pieces up out the collection, I think some of them artists gonna be somebody one day. You know what I'm saying? That's a great way to go around the globe and find underground artists who in the next 10 years they work gonna be worth something. They can gave you some work just to be in that competition.
I think the concept of it is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
However, I feel like the winners of each battle should get something. Like, come on now. Yeah,
I mean, it's cool though. It's a cool experience. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to read them fine lines and really see what's going on.
right. Well, it's definitely great. Like you said, great exposure. There's so many talented people out here, you know. So it's great exposure for that, and it's great entertainment. I had so much fun going around that little circle, looking at everybody's. So did you paint
Yeah,
impromptu
nah, it's
like
cool.
both times,
It's a cool
or
event.
did you have a plan going into it when you did your work for
Oh
art
yeah,
battle?
I man, I practice. Anytime I do something like if I do a paint party or something like that, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be did the painting once already. You know, I had watched that Bob Ross documentary too. I thought I was the only person that did that till I watched that documentary, and they was like, so he used to do that before he went on TV. He'll be and did the painting twice, so that by the time he did it on TV, he going, it's already in his head or something. And then
Okay.
you go watch the film or the footage of him doing the video, like he, playing like he in a ball game for real. I be doing that type of stuff. I go watch my videos and try to see what's the best part of when I be painting. I think it's when I be putting the eyes in there. People like to see that because I think it make the picture come alive.
It definitely does. Shout out to Bob Ross, man. I used to watch that brother. Man, I used to run home when I was in college. He came on PBS at a certain time.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1 o'clock when I was in college. And I went to TWU and I be coming from an art class. It was up on top of this hill. Man, your girl be running with a big old
For real.
art board, all the stuff in her hand, trying to get home in time so I catch that PBS special
I
at
never
7.
watched it. I never watched his show. I
It's
mean,
so
yeah,
cool, man.
I knew who he was, but I wasn't in the art. I was trying to get girls and go to the mall and do everything but paint and draw. I ain't lying. I used to draw real good letters. You know, I used to share letters in high school. I used to do calligraphy and make all kind of nice letters trying to, you know.
Wow. So do you think that that helped you for what you're doing right now, doing the lettering?
Yeah, it helped me be able to talk to ladies and do some other things that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, you know, when I started doing tattoos or was trying to do, it did. I could see, you know, some things, but
Well, I'm glad you carved out some time to talk to me today. I appreciate it, brother.
yeah.
I told you it
So
was gonna be a cool interview.
yeah, I hope they like it. You know, maybe they could understand a little bit more about a painter out here. You know.
Yeah, you gave some really good tips. For those of you that are not following this talented brother, you can catch him on Instagram. So your name on Instagram is
Yeah.
Kirk's Work, right?
It's Kirk's Work on Instagram, KirksWork. You know what I'm saying? The Bachelor of Arts, you know, the Black Bob Ross, the boy that be stroking, you know what I'm saying? The underground artist, you know what I mean? I got a lot of different aliases out here, but I will pull up on you and paint something. You know what I'm saying?
Artwork, artwork Kirk. Get that
Artwork
work.
Kirk for the record, teamwork, you know what I'm saying? I'm the work in progress. You know, we just trying to make it happen. My whole life is an art show, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, it's an art show. It's always a party
I
with the
see
favorite
you.
artist, you know what I'm saying? It's just how I live. Everything I got is art. You know what I
I
mean? It's
see
all
you.
off the brush.
I see what you're doing. So you want to tell
I got a YouTube and all of that too.
you got some good footage on there. It's a good look.
Yeah, I try. I try to
Mhm.
get some good, you know. They say I got good content. I just got to keep it going, you know. It'd be hard.
Yeah, you do. So what's your other page? I know you got another page.
What, the
What's
paint
your other
parties
page?
page? Yeah. I got a
Yeah.
at
So
paint parties,
it's paint parties, right? That's on
paint
Instagram, right?
parties. Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all need,
Yeah, it's on Instagram
this
and
quarantine not gonna last for long, man. You can come
Marketplace.
out
That's how
here.
you can book me to pull up on you.
Right. So paint parties, Kirk's work.
Yeah. And Kirk's
Y'all
work.
check it
Yeah.
out on Instagram. Kirk, I want to thank you for being on Artist to Artist.
Already. It was my pleasure.
My second chat. I know you got plenty of stuff to do. I might ask you to come back on here again and be nosy. I
All
got some
right.
stuff in the
That's
work.
cool. If I get one of these murals going, you know, we can go live from there or something. Maybe I could show some techniques with some house paint. You
I think that
understand?
would be so cool.
All right.
So I'm definitely down for it. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Stay safe out there.
Same to you.
All
All right.
right.
Be cool.
I hope you enjoyed my chat with Artwork Kirk. Thanks for tuning in to Artist. See you next time.